Hello, party people! Good morning. It's Friday. We made it. It's fine. We're fine. You're fine. I'm fine. Oh, if you don't know who I am Randy for Thunderhorse Descendant. Welcome to Friday. On Friday, y'all, we do 2 lives. We do this one in the morning, and then we do one on Facebook at 8 o'clock. I don't know what we're going to do on that, because that's crazy town. But we'll figure it out. It's Friday night light box and fun. That's where we have the fun, so we'll see about the fun. I got this box of stuff, so maybe that'll be our fun for today. Good morning. Who is here today? We have Deborah. Good morning, Deborah. Hi, Rosanna. Hi, Nancy. Debbie's in the house. Barb's in the house. Patty's here. Good morning. Y'all got your coffee? Who posted? I think it was Nancy Sullivan. I think it was Giggles who said, decaf coffee only works if you throw it at people. And I was like, yes, that is correct information. Oh, it made me laugh. Good morning, Mary. Good morning, good morning. Hope you are enjoying this last day of the work week. Mary, what? You're funny. Nancy, good morning. Hello, hi. How's it all going for you guys? Good? Barb is here. Hi, Matt. Good afternoon. Hope you're doing well. It's just hot mess express over here at the Thunder House. You can tell by the hair. Yeah, that's how you know. That's how you know. It's like wonkety wonk or something's happening. I don't know what it is. I don't like it. I'm Goldilocks. It's bothering me. Okay, maybe it's not that and it's this because that's messing around with this. There we go. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay. I want you guys to be able to see my hot mess express over here in this vicinity. Whew. Hi, good morning, Debbie. Hi, Marcia. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Mitch Bunsen. What are you doing? Oh, he's got his African trade bead strings, and he's going to bury them under the rug. Because that's where they live. That's their home. That's where they need to be. Good morning, Jessica. So I do have a project plan for this morning. It's super easy, super simple, easy. So the reason I was sharing this is because if you are in a situation like me and you're getting ready for shows and launty-jotty and you happen to have a little extra space and you're like, what am I going to do with this space really fast while I still have to make a backdrop for my tent and finish pricing everything and then wrap it up and make sure it's in the car so that when Shannon gets here in the morning, I'm ready to go at 7:45. And do I have my snacks? So if you're in this situation, he's a slacker. He's not buried it yet. Good morning, PK. If you're in this situation, I have a project for that. We're going to do it. I actually have 4 projects. That's a thing. Anyway, yes, so this is my hot mess express situation. So if you've not been following along with this saga, my basement flooded again. Jefferson called a guy, and the guy come out yesterday and looked at some stuff, and he said $13,000. And I was like, why? Guy, do you not have better news for me? So, that's the thing. That's the thing we gotta look at. So that was to put in the sub pump and tile, some kind of tile. He's got a jackhammer all the basement floor and all the whole thing around. Take all of the stuff down off my walls. That, you know, I have that like white marker board stuff on there. Take all that off. Take out the shower, which is fine by me. I hate that shower. Do jackhammering on the floor. or something. Put in some tiles and some pumps and some tubes and some something else. Anyways, 13,000 he said. And I was just like, okay, how many necklaces do I have to sell to make $13,000? Bunsen, it's fine. We're gonna be fine. We have a shop vac. So anyway, yeah, that's the goings on with that. So we did get some information. Now, I talked with a person I know yesterday and asked them if they knew anybody so that we can get a second opinion. And Jeff, Jeff works for things and stuff. So he's like, we need 3 quotes. Okay. Because that's how we got to go around here. We have to have 3 quotes or we're not going. It's the way Jefferson rolls. A sub pump, but no tiles. I don't know exactly what the tiles are for or what they're supposed to do or something, but that's what everybody keeps telling me. That's what they keep saying. They're just like sub pump and tiles, and so that's what this guy said. So I said, okay, well, we'll look into that. We got to do some math and see how many necklaces Randy has to sell in order to make $13,000. So anyway, so it was funny because when he walked in, this is what he saw. And then he went to my studio. But so I popped it up at this table back here. I've shared little videos and snippets yesterday about me just pricing. So I'm pricing up here. I got to finish this up. This will be easy to finish up today. And then I also have to make the backdrop for my tent. Get references. Well, this guy come recommended by the fire marshal chief guy, so I figured he is all right. You do not jump up here, Mr. Bunsen. You go play with your African trade. No, you go play with your African trade bead strings, sir. Oh, crap. FedEx man. I was turning something on my phone. I don't know what it was. What happens when you say, oh crap, FedEx man? No, nothing that time. Anyway, I think I was supposed to put freight out on the porch. Oh, store supply warehouse is just making me mad. Okay, the saga continues. They sent me a bunch of bubble mailers that I didn't order. So then I called them. Then they said, okay, well, we'll send FedEx man to come pick it up. I said, okay. This was 3 days ago. And I said, are you going to send me a thing telling me when to put it out? Or am I supposed to take it somewhere? Is he going to come to the house and get it? Like, what's the deal? And he said, I'll call you. Well, he never called. Shannon put a little note on the fridge yesterday that said, FedEx man will probably, or 2 days ago, that said FedEx man will probably be here Thursday. So I was looking for him Thursday because she was just estimating. And we didn't see FedEx man. Now I see he just kind of slowly drove by the house. And I'm like, dang it. So now I bet you I got a bunch of more bubble mailers. That's fine. We're going to need them to make all that $13,000. Anyway. Set up a GoFundMe page. I don't think that Jefferson would allow that. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. A lot of necklaces. It is for a moisture barrier. Oh. Tiles help with the drainage and the draw of the water towards the pump. Okay, so I got questions. And so I need mom advice, okay? So I don't understand. Everybody talks about having a sub pump, right? Sorry, I know you're like, we're here for beading. Why are we talking about this? It's because it's Thunderhorse Descendant. You never know what you're going to get. I don't understand. So the water comes from under the ground? Or the water comes from, it's just coming in through the side of the house. But in order for the water to come through the side of the house, it has got to be broken, right? Is that right? And then the sub pump is in the house, but under the tile of the floor? It's under the floor. Is that right? I don't quite understand. And also don't know if that's a lot of money. I mean, it seems like a lot of money, but I had a house in Watford, and they gave me an estimate to fix the crack in the foundation of my house where they had to do excavating. They said that was going to be $15,000. So I wasn't like, oh, that doesn't make sense. Like, it made sense because I've seen these types of numbers before. When there has to be digging and things. I'm like, okay, yeah. So I don't know. But anyway, that's what they said. I have questions. Good morning. Younger to have the foundation dug out and resealed with a moisture barrier seal. Houses in my neighborhood were all built with this system. Where are you at, Amanda? Like, what state are you at? Good morning. You don't have to say if you don't want to. Be sure to include cleanup as part of the price process. Why? Why, Mary? Is that not a thing? They're just gonna like come down there and start jackhammering and just walk away, or what? Because I'd do that. That's something I would do. I'd be like, I'm bored of this. Well, you were in Canada. Sub pumps are for basements so they don't flood. Sub pumps go in a hole about 6 feet down, under the basement. Okay. No, if the foundation wasn't treated, it can seep through the walls. Water comes from outside of the basement as well as up through the foundation. It is expensive no matter what. Okay, well, I guess that makes sense because, so I live in Minnesota. If you don't know, we're in Minnesota. And we're close to the cities, like, right? So Minnesota is like the land of 1,000 lakes or whatever. Basically, everything is built on like sand and swamp. Like, that's why everything keeps sinking. They always are redoing the roads here because, like, Minneapolis is built on a swamp. Like, it just sinks. And they're always redoing things. So I'm like, well, that makes sense. I don't know. I'm just like, that's a lot of necklaces, man. Good morning, Adria. So anyways, that's my story about that. I will not bore you anymore with my problems. Today I'm going to work on I'm going to get this all out of here, and then I'm going to work on doing my backdrop for my tent. And I have the rings that I talked about having. My hair is bothering me. I got the rings. So FYI, I will show you once it's all done, right? When I'm at the show, I'll take a little video once it's up because I'm not going to put the tent up again until we go tomorrow. I'll show it to you. And if you are interested in this, I got these rings on a smoke and deal at Walmart, which honestly, I didn't think I was going to find them at all. I was like, okay, I might have to go to the Dollar Tree and get those like wreath rings. You know what I'm talking about? The forms, the wreath forms. But I just wanted like a ring like they use for like a dream catcher or for macrame. And I went all over and I went to Menards and all this. They didn't have it. So I went to Walmart and they had packs of 3. Was it packs of 3? Or 4. I think it was packs of 3. Although, I will say this, they're different sizes, but that doesn't matter to me, you know, whatever. They're different sizes, but they were packs of 3 for like $3.97, which I thought was pretty dang good for how big the biggest one is. The biggest one is pretty big. And that's what I wanted. So I'm going to make these rings, hang my old tablecloths on the rings to create a curtain. Put snaps at the bottom or whatever so they all stay together to create this curtain backdrop. And then inside the rings I'm going to hang Egyptian crystals and other dream catchers and things that are for sale because why not? And yeah, so in my head it really looks nice. We'll see. And the reason I say that is because all of my tablecloths are different colors. Of course they are. Why would they all be the same color? Have you met me? So I got yellow, I got pink, I got dark blue, I got brown. Basically all the colors of this logo right here. Those are all the colors of my tablecloths. Because sometimes I'm like, oh, I'll have yellow tablecloths. And sometimes I'm like, oh, we'll do pink this time. High water table. Good morning. Hello. Hi, Deborah. I'm outside of New Orleans and we don't have basements. Yeah. That's a thing, Deborah. I guess I didn't think about basements, but even like, so, you know, I know about the cemetery in New Orleans where that's because they have the, what do they call those? Not the cathedral. It's the mausoleum. It's like the little building because they don't put them in the ground, right? Like, I'm not trying to be disrespectful or anything. I can't remember the name of it. So I do know that about New Orleans. I know that only because I watched Vampire Diaries for a long time. The things you learn. Good morning. Hi, Rebecca. How is your class going? Oh, yes, Mary. All that before tomorrow, you are Superwoman. Oh, that should be pretty easy. I'm thinking it should be fine. Oh, the thing I'm worried about is making a sign. So I bought this and Jeff was like, what are you doing? But I was in a hurry. You know how sometimes you're in a hurry? I got this little sign. He was like, I could have made that for you in 5 seconds. And I was like, yeah, but I needed it right now. So I got it. So this is the little sign. I got this at Walmart. It was $2. Okay. And so this is the little sign that I wanted to make with my Cricut. And I'm not a very good Cricut user. I'm learning still. So I've only ever made one other vinyl thing with my Cricut. I usually just use it for packaging and sticker making. So we'll see how this goes. Tombs, vaults, Colosseum, mausoleum. I don't know. Somebody's going to have to Google. The class went well. I only had 4 students, but it was good, so I could spend a lot of one-on-one time with each one. I think that it went pretty well. They seemed pleased. Yay, Mary! That's good. I'm glad your class went well. Maybe it was good you didn't have so many, so then you didn't have to feel so like super overwhelmed and everything. I hope you feel more comfortable with it now. Hi, Randy, and all South Carolina here. Hi, South Carolina. I don't think they have basements in South Carolina either, do they? Anyway, so I got my sign, and this is the sign that I'm going to use where it says checkout here for my little checkout table. And then I'm just going to use this, I'm probably just going to use some like little sticky, what are those commando things, command strips or whatever. And it's hanging on there, so it says checkout here. And then I made a design on Cricut Design Space, which I don't like Cricut Design Space. I don't really understand it, but I do know how to make my designs on Canva. So I just make them on Canva, and then I download them with a transparent background and SVG files, and I send them over to the Cricut thing, and then I upload them. And to make sure that they're in SV or that they have transparency, because if you have transparency, then you can make it into a cut file. So that's what I tried to do. And I tried to use letters that were not like too complicated, so I don't have to like sit there and do all that business. Anyway, so I'm gonna try that today as well, and hopefully that works out. If it doesn't work out and you see a picture of my booth with a painted sign, you will know that it hasn't worked out. Good morning. Thanks, Debbie. I'm glad to have it behind me. We have an 11-page handout done now for the future, should it ever happen again. Oh. Well, did you like it, Mary? Okay, let's get down on the mat. Did you like teaching the class or no? What was your experience like? I did something to my phone when I was talking about the FedEx man. Hold on. What was happening? Device care. It's telling me about my device care. I don't know about that. Wait a minute. Something is wrong. Go away. Okay. Here we go. We're in it. Excuse me. All right, so, all right, here we go. So I have these things. You're like, what is this jumbly mess? This is leather. Okay, so these are the deerskin lace that we sell on the website. So I have a black and a brown. And then I have some large hole goldstone. Large hole beads. I'm sorry, I have to have this lamp on because it's still overcast, been raining still raining. Ugh. And things are not good. And then I have this butterfly, a vintage piece, and this little thing I found. Okay, and then I got these large lobster claws, which I don't know if we have any of these on the website, but we used to sell them. I didn't look. But anyway, I really like these, and I use them for all my like pick your parts kind of scenarios. So this is one of those situations. And then I just have some large hole spacer beads. I don't know if I will need these, but if I do, they're here. Is that better for you guys? It's probably better for you, but I don't know if it's better for me. I'm like in the dark over here. We shall see. More coffee is required. So then, yesterday, I lost my laptop plug-in. That just makes shadows. It's better, Heather says. That makes shadows too. All right, we'll go with that. So let's see, which way do I want to go first? These ones have hearts on them. I guess I did not notice. Well, I got two butterflies, so I'll do one with hearts and one with not hearts. We'll do one like this. Well, I only have 3 sets because that's what I'm doing with my life. All right. I like this vintage one. Let's do butterfly. Sorry, I'm talking to myself. Not a vintage one, a butterfly. So this has to go. So this is a butterfly that I alcohol inked. So I got a bunch of these big butterflies, and there was like different sizes of them. And so this is an alcohol inked one, and this one is a patina painted one that I just jazzed up because why not? And so sometimes when you guys have seen me, like when I'm doing my projects or whatever, if I have excess paint or something, I'll just like grab out a bunch of charms or pendants and I'll just paint them like this because I don't like to waste my paint. So this was one of those situations. So I just have, and then I just stick them back in the drawer, and then when I want to use them, I use them. So I think I'll use this one, this snazzy one. I did like teaching the class. I took all kinds of beads, tools, and supplies. Covered how to open and close jump rings, make a simple loop, wrap a loop, coil. They made 3 pairs of earrings and took supplies home. Oh, well, that seems lovely, Mary. So I'm going to use this brown piece of leather first. And so this is really super simple. That's why I got so many of them. Basically, what we're going to do is we're just going to put this through here. Where's my scissor? No scissor. How do I want this to hang? I mean, realistically, it's probably going to hang this way. I could make it hang this way if I wanted, if I tie a knot right here. So I'm going to tie a knot right here. A nice overhand knot that I like so much. Matching. And I better not cut that. I better not cut that. Okay, then I'm going to put on my large hole bead. Should I do spacer? Let me see what the spacer looks like. Oh, and also, sorry, can you guys even see what I'm doing? Totally off topic, I'm wearing jeans today that are another size down, third time. 3-month mark will be on Monday. Good for you, PK. Go, girl. Yeah, I think I'll use the spacer. I'm looking at myself full length in the mirror again. Oh, I don't even own a full length mirror. We only have a mirror because it came with the house. Yeah, that looks cute. I like this. Okay. So then, what I'm gonna do, now there's two options. You could do this. You could do yours with knots or you could do it with wire, however you want it to look. It's completely up to you. I am going to do mine probably just with knots. So I'm going to put on my lobster claw. So let's see, how do I want to do this knot? Do I want to do it like this? Or no? I'm debating. In my head, if I pull this down close and I go crisscross applesauce with it, let me see what I get here. It doesn't really matter how you do your knot, because the point is to have like little bits of leather hanging down, like that's the point. So let me see. I think I quite enjoyed that. It's cute. So, okay, crisscross applesauce in the lobster claw, but I'm gonna go this way with the tails down so that when I tie a knot in these, they're gonna go down instead of up all crazy. Yeah. So then I'm just gonna flip it over and tie an overhand knot right here. Boo boo da boo. And if you want to get snazzy, if you got time for snazzy because you're not going to the show tomorrow, you could leave these little tails here and you could do like a little patina paint on them or something, whatever you want to do. It's completely up to you. Oh, I'm just going to give them a little, I better go at an angle. I'm just going to leave them like this. I like that. That's cute. Okay, now we move to the other side. We do the same thing on the other side. I love everything but the beagle season. What? Scrambled eggs. I'm so very confused. Trying a new salad today. Oh, bagel? Is that bagel seasoning? Bagel and Dijon mustard base. You are welcome, PK. I love everything but the bagel seasoning. Is it everything bagels? Everything bagels kind of wig me out a little bit. Okay, so now we're just going again on the other side. So now I gotta marry these up because that's important, because this is all I got for leather here. So I'm gonna go here, tie my knot. I gotta be careful when you're doing this because, you know, knots take up a lot of string and things. I just want this to go right over this wing. So it could move if it wanted to. Smashing. And then I do spacer and the goldstone large hole. And then I crisscross applesauce my other side. Are these both combs right the same way? Yeah, they are. I want them to not go the same way. I want them to go this way. Okay, so I want them to go like this, so they're like the little looby doobies are in the inside here. And then I make my knot. Sure it's kind of tight. Okay, and then I go in on this side. How long is this? Mashing. Okay. I'm just gauging things here. It looks pretty good. This one might be a little bit longer, maybe not. Alrighty. Okay, so now once you have this guy, easy peasy, you pull out your ready-made strand. Okay. And so you're gonna, this is your ready-made strand. Let me zoom you out so I can see what I'm doing. These are like my favorite necklaces ever. I love how you can make something creative with minimal supplies. Oh, thank you so much, Nancy. So here's your ready-made strand. Now I am gonna have some of these available on the website on Monday. Not very many, but some. So these are 4mm Chinese crystals. If you don't want to purchase a ready-made strand, you can make this. It's just knotting your crystals into a circle. I think this one is like 36 inches, but you wouldn't need 36 inches because, okay, we're gonna tie a knot right here. So you have your ready-made strand, you're gonna double it up because this doesn't have an end, it's just a whole circle, like a whole circle, right? And you're just going to take one of the loopy ends and you're gonna tie an overhand knot. Okay, just like that. So you get a loop. You're gonna go to the other end, you're gonna do the same thing. You do kind of want to make sure here that they are kind of in the same spot, but you know, do your best. You can always untie these because they're not tight, so don't worry if you're not gonna mess it up or nothing. Just gonna get your knot looking the way you want it to go. And see what your loops are looking like. So they're looking pretty even. This one might be a little bit bigger. Pull that back a little bit. You gotta do some finagling here. All right. So then, once you have that, you get your hair out of the way, but you don't have a hair clip. So you take this, and this goes around here. You're going to take your butterfly clip, put it on one side of the loop, and then the other side. You can see if it's backwards. No, it's not. And then you're going to just get a hold of that clip and put that in the loop. Can't see what I'm doing. There we go. Ta-da! Isn't it cute? I love these. So then, if you have one of these ready-made strands, you only need one. You can switch out your pendants, whatever pendants you're using. This is a good way, in my personal opinion, to use these like larger pendants that you have laying around the house. And it doesn't give you a very, it doesn't give you like a super short necklace. I would say it's probably like 20 inches. give or take a little bit, 20. And you could make it shorter. If you wanted to make it shorter, you just whip another third knot in the back. If you don't want it to be shorter. Okay, so then here's the other thing. I don't normally do this with these ones that have 2, but you can make just clip-on pendants that would be this way. So you could also take this, clip it onto the same loop, okay, undo your loop on the other side, or your knot on the other side, because like I said, you're not gonna do anything to it, so you just take it out. Okay, spin it around the right way, and then you can wear it this way. Well, you probably can't see. You probably can't see, but you can wear it this way if you want to. Long. I prefer to wear them up short, but if you don't make one that has 2 hooks on it, it just has 1 hook, then it kind of looks like a tassel, you know, because it hangs down. But this works too. I love this. I'm so glad you love it. So that's what it looks like when you put them onto the same loop. Like that. And then you just wear it long. But I prefer to wear it this way, because it works really good. And plus, I have a lot of these that I've made, so I can just swap them out. And then you can swap out the color of your strand too. And so then it just looks like this. Is that not cute? I think it's so cute. I love it. Very versatile. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah. So that's what I got for that. This little butterfly has some holes in him. Oh, I guess he doesn't have one in the bottom. But you could make a hole if you wanted to do like a dangly something. You know, all kinds of stuff. So yeah, there's that guy. So that guy will go in the sale. Put him over in the price box. Easy peasy. So then I have a couple of other options for us as well. It's basically the same design. Let's see what I got. Where's blue? Oh. You could also hang it on some chunky chain. Yes, you could also hang it on chunky chain. Like if you have, not these little beady strands, but you have like this, and it's just a piece of chain and it's soldered or whatever. You just go around the back and then clip on with that. So you don't have to add anything to these big chunk chains. Or even if they're like the bigger design chain, and they don't have to be big, but you know what I'm saying. Like these are leftovers from the sale that Randy gets to keep. Like here's one that we sold in the sale the other day, and this would be a good one that you just go around and then you just clip here. So if you wanted it to be shorter though, you would have to maybe take a couple links off. But this is only like, what is this? It's like a foot. It's like not 2 feet, and you just go around. Yeah, super easy. Super easy. Easy. Fun. It's fun. Especially if you have like bits of things and stuff. You know, that's how I started Pick Your Own Parts, is that I had all these bits of things and stuff, and so I was basically using like my, I was basically using like, bead soup and like weird, odd little leftover thingies that I had, or things I found laying around the house. And the first one I actually made like this with the double lobsters, because I used to sell these all the time when I had my jewelry website. People love them. They love them. It's crazy. It was so crazy. I could never even keep them in stock when I was doing when I was really hardcore into my jewelry sales. I haven't made them in a long time simply just because I've been busy. But people like the fact that they can switch them out and use the different pendants and switch out the chains and use different kinds of stuff like that. You could even just take one of our leather laces and just tie loops on the end because these are leather. I would probably double it up. So if you did loop here and loop over here, you know, just to be safe. If you wanted to do a leather cording, like there's so many options. And then I used to sell them all the time. I literally couldn't keep them on my website. And during that time, it was when I really first started my jewelry company. So it was about 4 or 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. And they would just sell out. And I didn't realize then that that was a good thing. I was like, I can never keep anything on my site. My site just looks like it's empty all the time. And Jeff, my Jeff, was like, that's what you want it to look like. You should just don't worry about keeping things on there. That's silly because you're supposed to be selling things. But in my head, I was like, but then my jewelry store looks empty and I don't look professional and I don't look whatever. And then, I don't know, I just kind of got into making other things, and they sell a lot during summertime. But I made some Christmas ones as well with some, I had gotten some rocking horses, or I can't remember. I have one for myself. It's like a rocking horse, and I think I found it at a vintage shop, and it didn't have holes in it. It was just like, it was kind of like a piece of filigree, but it had a rocking horse on it. And I still have that one. I wear that one a lot. Scrap chain makes great earrings. Yes, it does. My short 16-inch necklaces, I make a chain to go with them so they can be worn long or short. Karen, that is such a wonderful idea. You're on your way to that 13,000. Thanks, Heather. Got to make that 13,000 somewhere. I wonder how many little leather necklaces I'm gonna have to make in order to get to 13,000. It's gonna be more than 13,000 probably. I do understand the need for the store to look well stocked, even if individual items sell quickly. Yeah, so that was kind of my thing when I first started. Now I don't. I'm just like, whatever. We'll have more stuff next week, you know. But when I started, it was very important to me because I was trying to build a community, and it was like really hard to do that when you don't have a lot of stuff in your store. As history repeats itself, it's kind of the same situation right now, since me and Shannon are in the process of like switching over all of the stuff to the square now, to the jewelry stuff to the square. I only have, I think, I looked at it this morning, I think there's 17 items in my shop on square. And I felt the same kind of. I was like, oh, well, I only have 17 items in my shop, and I'm going to this sale where I'm going to be advertising my jewelry website. You know, in essence, that's what you're doing, and I have 17 things in my shop. But it is what it is. What are we going to do? I can't make those things magically appear in the shop. So, buy while you're at the show. Excuse me. Heather says, yes, this is a good idea. I was going to make another one, but we're already at 9:43, so whatever. But yeah, they're really simple. Cute, easy. You can use anything. This is a Tim Holtz little thing. I don't know. I got it in the buyout I got from Nancy, from Fancy Nancy. It came on, it had 3 of them on there, but I liked them because they had the 2 holes on the side. But my leather won't fit through there, so you can just add a jump ring on to get your leather through if you have something that where the hole's not big enough. So that's an option. Big box stores will usually arrange things to avoid empty shelves. I suppose regular stores updates work just as well. Get people to expect new stuff on certain days. Yeah, when I was doing my when I was very first starting my jewelry company, I always did new items Sunday. So every Sunday I would post 20 new items. But that got really hard to do because I'd have to do Etsy posts and photos and everything on 20 new items. That's a lot of items. You know, when you're making them. The thing with the store, and also with like even people who are bigger than me, you know, who have more than a Shannon, you know, like other designers. Like I think Sarah has a team and Candy has a team, and but they have bigger teams. Like they have people who take their photos. They have people who, you know, take their photos, do their shipping. People who, you know, do different parts of the job. We don't have that. We just have me and Shannon. So if it's gonna get done, there's only so many hours in a day, and we're the ones who has to do it. So like yesterday, Shannon posted, I think, because she's amazing, I think she posted 2 new pages full of beads on the website, which is amazing. But you will notice when we start to do bulk like that, it's just like the bare bones of everything. It's just like they're 30 millimeters, it's a 16-inch strand, like whatever. It's just like, here's the information. There's no fluff, there's no like whatever, and we use the same like setup. So then if I do it or if Shannon does it, it's the same setup and it looks cohesive on the website. But it can be a lot. I used to do 20 jewelry items where they had to really be described, you know, like all the different stones and da-da-da-da. Of course, that's me being overly zealous, but that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to tell this little story with my jewelry pieces, and that's what made them unique, and that took time. Or use the website to promote shows. Yeah, I put my show that I was going to be at this show on the website, but then it like would only let me do it if you pay for admission, and it was like $1. And I couldn't post it for $0. I don't know why. So I just put it on my I took that down and I just put it on my Instagram. And then because my Instagram feed comes up on the bottom of the square thing, it's on there. It's like on the home page or whatever. And you have Shannon. Yeah, I have Shannon, but could you imagine the amount of things that we could accomplish if I had 5 Shannons? Because that's what other people have. And that's why they can do like mass posts every day, you know, or like get all of their stuff up there and, you know, that type of thing. And that's what I was telling Jeff, because Jeff was talking to me the other day about, Jeff wants to have a farm. And he was like, I just want to work on the farm and I can help you with Thunderhorse Descendant. And I was like, yeah, but if you help me with Thunderhorse Descendant, you have to actually like help me, you know, like, and it is a pain to list things also, and it takes a bit of time. Yeah, if you're picky pants like me, and you want to do all this stuff and things, it can take like an hour to post one item, and that's if you already have your photos taken. So I usually batch photos. So I do photos, all my photos, I set up my whatever, and I take all the photos of some things, and I put them in my computer, and I put them in a folder that says they need to be posted. And then when I have time to post them, they're like jewelry items, because Shannon won't post jewelry. It's not her favorite. She also won't take pictures of jewelry. It's also not her favorite, because I don't know if she just doesn't feel comfortable with it, or if she didn't like the light setups. I will give her this. She hasn't tried it since we got the new light setup. So maybe she will try it. But she knows a lot more about stones and beads now than she did prior, and that was kind of the big learning curve, like in the beginning, because when Shannon came here, Shannon used to work in a jewelry or in a cheese factory. She knew nothing about beads. Shannon is not girly. I think I've seen her wear one necklace. That's not her deal. Shannon is organized and time efficient. So that's her deal. So I don't push it too much because whatever, but I was so proud when we went to the store the other day. She was just naming out rocks and beads and saying this is an agate and this is a carnelian and this is a whatever, Voldemort. And I was just like, oh, Shannon, look at you knowing things. How do you keep it from hanging wonky? I made a compass with a loop on each side and put it on a chain and had a difficult time getting it not to flip. Are you hanging it sideways or up and down? Sometimes that's where the knots come in and are important. Like if you tie the knot, because like if I didn't tie a knot and I just put beads on here, it would not be so tight up to the thing. So sometimes that's important. Sometimes things just don't hang right. That's one of the things, you know. But I mean, people are going to be moving anyway, so. That's the part I don't like too, Rosanna, is doing the listings, Bonnie. It takes a lot of work. Candy has a crew of 6 or 7 people working. Yeah. So, we don't have that. So, like, our day looks like this. Like, we come in, Shannon comes in at 8:30, and I've already been up since 6 prepping everything. And then we do the morning coffee show. And after the morning coffee show, while I'm doing the morning coffee show, before the morning coffee show starts, me and Shannon have about 10 minutes to talk about what we're going to do. And then she prints out all the orders. She goes downstairs and starts picking the orders. She starts picking the orders out of inventory. And then that takes, depending on how many orders there is, a little bit of time. And because some of the orders have, 10, 12 items in them. So she's got to pick through the inventory, find the number, put it in the basket, double check everything, make sure it's in there. And then she moves those to a different table once they're picked. Once they're picked, she takes them off that table onto the shipping table, and she double checks them again, and then she takes them out of the inventory sheets that we have online, and then she does all of the things, puts in the tickets and makes sure everything is packed okay, weighs it, makes a label, does a refund if we have to do a refund on shipping, and puts it in the box to go to the post office. By the time I get done with the coffee show, I can go down there and help her with shipping if she needs it. A lot of the time she wants me to just stay out of her shipping because I get distracted. So I start working on social media stuff and editing the YouTube videos that I've recorded the day before, and then I do that. And then once we get all of that figured out, we start looking at what needs photos, what needs to be posted. Shannon takes the photos, I record the YouTube video, then we go to the post office. Then we have lunch, and then we come back, and then she continues to take photos, because we take probably like 3 to 5, probably 5, more like 500 photos a day. And then we drop them all into the computer, and then I start editing photos. So I'm editing, it depends on what day it is, and then we do listings. So Shannon usually does listings on like Wednesday, Thursday. Monday's a complete wash because we have the sale, and it literally takes us all day. So as soon as we get done with the morning coffee show, I'll do the Claim It Live bead sale. Jeff will come down here. He'll make his breakfast. I'll have coffee with him. Me and Shannon will sit here and sort out all the orders for everybody, and then we stack them up. And then I take photos of all of them. Shannon goes downstairs to do shipping. And then I take photos of all of them. I drop them into the computer. And then I start going and doing the manual invoices. And then that takes till about 7 o'clock at night. And then I post them. So I do a manual invoice. I print it. I put it in the box. I post on Etsy. I send you the little thing saying I posted it. And then I put it over to the side. By the time Shannon's ready to leave for the day, she comes up, takes everything that I've already posted online, and takes it downstairs and puts it into the inventory before she leaves. That's just like the normal stuff we have to do in order to keep Thunderhorse running. So when there's extra stuff, like this show, or extra stuff, we want to make some kits, we want to make some packaging, we want to, whatever. Oh, and then if we have FOC going on, like next week we have all the ticket drawings, so we got to prep for all of that and make sure that I've gone to the store and I've got all those things, etc., etc. So anyway, the moral of the story is there's me and Shannon, and so there's only so much that can get done in the day, and we just have to accept that. And until we're making I had a choice when I was sick, and I was like, well, we could try to hire someone to help with shipping, which Shannon would probably freak out about, or I can just pay Shannon more money because she deserves it. And so instead of bringing in a new person, I decided to pay Shannon more money because she deserves it. So that was what I decided. And then hopefully, maybe next year we can maybe think about getting another person. Not if we got to make 13,000 leather necklaces, but we'll see. How do you keep it all? That would be amazing. Don't sweat the little stuff. I'm tired thinking of all of that. I got my skunk beads yesterday from the last live sale, and they are gorgeous and they are very unique. In their own unique way. Yes. Oh, they're so good, Mary. I hope you love them. Amy. Oh, I think that's supposed to be my order. Should be coming today. Yay, Rosanna. More money. Yay, Shannon. Yeah. So that's what we do. So we do that all day. And then I did, a few months ago, I came back from North Dakota after Grandpa's thing. I try to stop working at 4:30. That never works. But I try. It definitely doesn't work on Monday, but sometimes I try to stop working at 4:30. But I start working at 6:45. So every day I work from 6:45 until at least 4:30, sometimes usually more than 4:30. And that work-life balance situation, because I got Jeff and we got Jordan and we got things, we got people, and there's a wedding coming up that we got to go to and like all this stuff. And so it makes it a little complicated, but I don't know. We were just having that conversation the other day. It's like, I like what I'm doing. It's a lot of work, but I like it. I don't have to go somewhere and be somewhere at a certain time. When I was working as a counselor, I was just like, one day, I'm going to be able to take as long a shower as I want to. That was my goal. One day, I'm not going to be in this shower at 3:45 and only have 10 minutes. One day, I'm going to take as long a shower as I want to. And now I still don't get to take a long shower as I want to, because remember I told you Shannon shows up early. And it does take me a little bit to get going in the morning. Like, I gotta have my coffee. I gotta let the dogs out. We gotta feed everybody, otherwise Bunsen gets upset. And we gotta go out. We gotta look at. I do read magazines in the morning. Magazines, like old beading magazines. I have literally like hundreds of old beading magazines, and I prefer that over like the virtual looking at things. I just flip through, look at the pictures, and I'm just like, oh, this is cool, and keep looking at the pictures. And that's what I do while I have my coffee. Huh. Then you have a problem. What? It's not work if you love it. I generally record videos on the weekdays when I'm usually by myself. Other things happen in the evening if it is when I feel like it. Yeah, right. And I don't know if this is just like, you guys have to remember, I'm a farm kid. So, working all day like that, because people are like, oh no, that's too much. I've done that my whole life. So it's not weird to me. Jeff gets after me, which is why I try to stop at 4:30. But like, you guys saw when I was home, and if you didn't see, you can go to Facebook and see. But it's like, I got up, I went to work at the cafe. So I got up at 6, I went to work at the cafe with my aunt, worked an 8-hour shift, came home, fed cows, did blah, 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 did help grandma with her stuff, had dinner, played cards, went to bed over and over and over and over and over again. That's what we did. That's what we always did. But because of that, like when the sun is up, okay. When the sun is down, I don't like to work. That's why I have so many like bright lights in my basement and stuff, is because when the sun is down, my body's just like, oh, the sun is down, we don't work anymore. I don't like to bead at night. I know a lot of people like to bead at night. I don't. I would prefer to get up and bead at 6 in the morning. I don't like to bead at night. If I'm working on something and I'm really into it and then it like turns into night, it's like, okay. But I don't like start things at night. I don't like to start recording videos at nighttime. I don't like to have to finish them at nighttime. I'm just like, I'll wait till tomorrow. Because I don't know, in my head, I'm just like, no, it's dark time. Working for yourself is much more rewarding. Yes, but it's also much more hard. it's harder. Because on top of that, you do all that work, there's no guarantee that you're going to make any money. You know? And I mean, at the end of the day, we have to make money so that we can, you know, get a sub pump in the basement and feed Bunsen. Did you guys know that Bunsen's on the new medical food and it's like $150? That reminds me, I have to make him his follow-up appointment. I love to collect old craft magazines. Me too, Brooke. Love it. Beading magazines. Not really craft magazines, but I like beading magazines. I just like to flip through. There's just something about flipping through that makes me feel good about myself. When you're doing a show by yourself, how do you manage going to the restroom? All of your stuff would walk off. Well, I'm in Minnesota and we do shows. I don't do a whole lot of shows like, you know, in the cities or anything. So I'm pretty lucky. It's like, as far as here, like in Cambridge, like I wouldn't be terribly worried about it. But usually just like the other people who are at the craft show, I'm just like, hey, you know, could you watch this for a second? I gotta run to the bathroom. But most of the time, I don't do shows by myself. Most of the time, Jeff does shows with me. My Jeff. So I don't really have to do that because, I don't know, he just sees all the prep and all the work and all the everything, and then he's just like, yeah, I'll help you. So Shannon's helping me set up at this show, so she's coming in the morning on Saturday. But, and then Jeff was like, well, is she going to help you tear down? Because she has a thing going on. Because I don't know if you guys know, but she has, like, stepdaughters. And so she has things going on, things and stuff with the children. And so I said, no, I'll just have to break down by myself. And he was like, I'll just come back from the tournament early. I was like, okay. Thank you. I bead at night and on the weekend. Deliver new pieces to the store on Monday afternoon. The weekends are too busy with the grands being here. Yeah, so yeah, well, and that's the other thing too. It's like, and then there's life, you know? There's also life happening all around me. Usually vendors help each other out and watch booths, yeah. When I sewed, I learned early on that I could not do it at night. I ripped out just about everything I did because it was too tired. Yeah, I have to be in the right headspace too. That's the thing. Like when I do videos, like when I'm going to sit down and start recording a YouTube video, I got to be like in the right headspace and want to do it. Because if I'm crabby or upset or something's not going right or I'm stressed out or I'm hungry or I'm tired, I'm just like, it's just like, it doesn't work out anyways. Even if I wasn't on camera, but like the beading itself wouldn't work out. So sometimes maybe if you see a YouTube video and you're like, and there's a big card in the middle with chipmunks on it and it says, this did not work out. Please pay attention to where I have made changes. It's probably because I was tired or hungry or upset or something. Life's a gamble. Mostly beading, but I've started to branch out into knitting and wireworking. I hide my money box. I have a money box that has a lock on it. Not that that matters because then they could just take it back to their thieves' lair and open it and crack the whatever at their leisure. So Jefferson told me. Did you guys know? Okay, this is the last thing I'm going to say. I'm going to get off here because it's 10:04. But, so I got this box, and in this box there was a bunch of locks. Like, locks with keys, padlock, like locks with keys, and then like spinny locks, you know, like combination locks. I was like, oh, well, none of the keys were there or whatever. And I was like, oh crap, what am I gonna do with this? And then Jeff was like, oh, it's fine. And then he just picked them all. I didn't know that that was on his resume. I was like, what? Because the other day I told him, I said, I'm really freaked out because I lost the other key for my cash box years ago. I only have one key. I keep it on this neon yellow shoestring and wear it around my neck when I go to the show because you know I lose everything. And I told him, I said, I might just have to get a new box because I only have one key. And I'm freaked out that I'm going to lose it. And he was like, well, it's fine. Those are really easy to break into. And I was like, who are you? What's happening? What's going on? Why do you have this information? He wouldn't say. So I was like, okay, you're kind of scaring me a little bit. I wear a pocket tool apron at the show. No cash box. Money is on me. Don't feel well. Oh. I had problems beading at night until I bought a good craft light. Great idea, Karen. Hadn't thought of that. He has mad skills. Yeah, a man of many talents. Yeah, I hope you feel okay, Rosanna. Anyway, I better have some breakfast, and then I'm going to get going on this. I'm not going to the store today because I got to do this. So on Monday, we will have, we are going to have sale on Monday. I'm going to do like Randy Stash stuff like I've been doing when I have sale. But also, because of that, I put a sale in on the online store. So it's running right now. So if you don't find anything that you want in the sale on Monday, it's going to run from now until Tuesday. So it's up already on the Bead Store. So I thought, well, if you don't find anything you like on Monday, maybe you'll find something that you like in the sale. So I did that. Anyways, guys, other than that, I would like to report that the dollar bead box is here. They sent their stuff already, and it's here. I was meaning when you're beading. Oh, yeah. Boo-hoo. I love Taylor's Falls. Well, you should still come on Monday, Heather, because it's gonna be cool. Oh, good. We were worried. All right, guys. I hope you're all having a wonderful, spectacular, amazing beading day. I would love to see what is on your beading mats. I have been seeing the posts. I've just been, being a little busy bee. But I have been making likes. I feel bad because usually I make comments. But I have been making likes, so I like to see what's on your beading mat. I hope you like this little necklace that we made. And if you happen to make one, I would love to see it. And I'll be back tonight at 8 o'clock on the Facebook. It's Central Time. I always do everything Central Time. So if you're not on Central Time, I don't know. On Google, there's a converter where you can put in the time that it says and then what your time zone is. That much I know. I will see you guys tonight for light box and fun. We're probably going to look in this box of fun because that's some of the stuff we're going to sell on sale on Monday. I got to sort it, but yeah, I'm not sure what's in there. These are some of the things that were in the tub. I looked in the top one. All right, you guys, have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you tonight. Bye.